Hi guys, it's the 12th of February 2020. This is a coronavirus update. The total confirmed cases are now 45,206. The total deaths are 1,117. Total recovered 5,123. I'll just go through and check the UK. Yeah. Yeah, the UK has 8, I'll just go through it from the top. 44,687 mainland China, 175 others, 50 in Hong Kong, 47 in Singapore, 33 Thailand, 28 in South Korea, 28 in Japan, 18 in Malaysia, 18 in Taiwan, 16 in Germany, 15 in Australia, 15 in Vietnam, the US has 13, France has 11, Macau has 10, the UAE has 8, the UK has 8, Canada 7, Italy, Philippines and India all have 3, Russia, Spain have 2, Nepal, Cambodia, Belgium, Finland, Sweden and Sri Lanka all have 1. Alright guys, in the UK, we know that super spreader guy has infected a load of people in Brighton. The doctors have been shut down, 12 patients have been tracked from the 2 GPs. But this is from the councillor. The Brighton councillor claims coronavirus threat has been hidden. I've been saying this for weeks, guys. I'm just going to read this first paragraph. Public Health England, Brighton and Hove Council and other health authorities are failing to keep residents informed about the extent of the coronavirus outbreak, a city councillor has claimed. Right guys, so it's not just me being a conspiracy theorist. Coronavirus, 12 patients treated by the GPs, all traced. That's from the BBC. This is the guy that was the super spreader. He's now all better and free roaming about. Coronavirus cruise ship turned away from 5 countries and allowed to dock in Cambodia. Right guys, what was I saying about South Africa and South America? Nothing there yet. And they send a ship to Cambodia. Are they mad? It's on purpose, and this is the bit that really got me, guys. This is what this video is really about. Ugh. Let me read this to you. My computer's going ever so slow. Saying coronavirus, deadly disease could be travelling through the pipes. Right, we know in China that they've been burning blocks of flats down just to clean it up, basically. And now they're saying it's escaping through the pipes and it's in the water. And this is in China, so I'll read this. Coronavirus could be spreading between groups of people, even though at home in self-isolation, by travelling through pipes in blocks of flats. I'm just going to read the first paragraph, guys, and then you can check over the Daily Express and go and have a look. The theory emerged after 2 people became ill with the deadly virus at the Hongmei house on the Chung Hong estate in the New Territories area. According to the New York Times, the unnamed 62-year-old man lives 10 floors below another resident who contracted the virus. The spread of the virus around the 35-story building this week has been linked to an unsealed pipe. So it's not just airborne and person to person, it's now in the water. I do apologise for the speed of this computer today, guys, it's going ever so slow. Come on. Yeah, all these ghost cities are kind of making sense now. If they're going to eradicate this thing by just burning everything to the ground, and for anyone that's not aware, China's got 50, maybe more now, ghost cities. I mean full cities just sat with nobody in. They just have caretakers and that's it. All the infrastructure's there. Maybe this is what it's been waiting for. Would make sense. I'll just show you this. This is a little news article about the ghost cities, a couple of minutes. Excuse the ads, man. My bad timing.
High-rise apartments stretch into the sky. Traffic lights flash with no traffic in sight. The neon lights are on, but nobody's home. These are China's ghost cities, sprawling empty spaces, just waiting for one thing: people.
All of them were bizarre. All of them were surreal. There's no other way to describe just a city meant for thousands of people that's just completely empty.
The few people that live here often wonder if they'll ever get neighbours. Samuel Stevenson Yang is a photographer working to document this modern Chinese phenomenon.
I think the mission started because it was just hard for people to believe exactly how much empty property was all over the country. And we had to just go in person to take photos so that we could show people just the sheer scale of the building that was going on.
As China's mass construction phase continues, bigger and more elaborate but empty cities are popping up. It's difficult to say just how many properties lay empty across China, but some guess it could be as high as 64 million.
I was essentially able to walk through this, Manhattan-sized, new city, before it was, completely built. So you see the thickets of, skyscrapers. I mean, we're talking really, really, super tall skyscrapers, everywhere. And I was just able to kind of just walk through this area, and it was like, I mean, it's something that's kind of like a nightmare, kind of dystopian movie of the future. And you just wake up and all the people are gone, and it's just you and these empty, husk of, buildings everywhere.
Hello, it's Wade Shepherd, vagabondjourney.com. I'm in
Wade Shepherd's been documenting ghost cities since 2006.
I mean, how long does anyone think it takes to populate a new city? I mean, this is an experiment that people haven't really done before.
He sees the phenomena in a positive light, explaining ghost cities are just going through a stage between construction and inhabitation.
Well, a lot of these new cities that got their start in around 2000, 2003, they're pretty much developed. If you go there, you will not know that they were a new city. You will look around, you think it was just a normal city, and you just assume that this is the way it always was, not knowing that 10 years ago people are calling it a ghost city. 20 years ago it was farms and villages.
The critics say construction rates in China far exceed any foreseeable demand, and whether a ghost city becomes inhabited or not depends on its ability to create jobs.
A few years back, 60 Minutes in the United States did a whole program about how this city was a ghost city. And yet within a year of that, it started filling up aggressively. But the reason was the government threw tens of millions of dollars in incentives to Foxconn, which is the Taiwanese company that manufactures iPhones. And so Foxconn agreed to put a factory in this town.
Mr. McMahon estimates there are around 50 ghost cities across China, fueling economic growth, but financed by a mountain of debt which could be a ticking time bomb.
It's incredibly difficult to measure, and it's incredibly difficult to say if and when things might actually go pear-shaped.
As dozens of desolate cities across China can attest to, if you build it, they don't always come. Tracy Shelton, ABC News.
Right guys, I just wanted to give you that bit of information and just share my views and thoughts. But yeah, things are making sense. There's a lot of controlled opposition popping up, guys. All I can say is by all means watch everything, but just use some common sense. Do your own research, because everything is out there. You've just got to do a little bit of digging. If I can find it, an ex-con fisherman, anybody can. Right guys, God bless, you all take care. One more thing. The local hospital today, Lincolnshire, England, UK, are not letting people through the doors without face masks. I don't know if that's a whole UK wide thing, but I've not found anything in the papers. I nearly forgot to mention that. Right guys, bye for now, God bless, I'll see you soon.